Welcome everyone to Forex and Markets YouTube channel. Today we're going to recap the price action of the euro versus Japanese yen of the 29th of September because I found it quite interesting and you will see why in no time, okay? So the first thing we can see is that they're kind of building a bearish channel. It hasn't got to be perfect. You just have to get the concept that they're building liquidity, okay? Not just with this bearish channel, but also with this huge push to the downside, okay? They have put the market into the short side, okay? Now people are shorting mainly. So let's see what the price gives to us. And the first thing we can see is that we get a high, a bullish candle to the high side that takes out the liquidity of this bearish channel, and also places breakout traders, stop losses here, and also probably creates a zone where the smart money traders will also put their stop losses, considering they've got a huge push here to the high side, okay? But now it seems that they are creating a bullish channel. This one seems to be better like this one than this one, and it gets broken to the downside. I wouldn't want to sell here right now, although there are stop losses here, because mainly early sellers, sorry, enter here. So probably this zone is also a trap, and I say probably because we cannot take anything for sure. We're always talking about probabilities. So let's see what the price does. It seems it goes to the downside. Remember, there are stop losses also here of the trendline traders, and this also starts to look like a channel. This zone gets tapped, and to be honest, I kind of like this pattern because they're also creating sellers here. Some of the sellers put their stop losses here and they get taken, and the extreme of the movement to the high side gets mitigated here. So maybe we could expect some kind of movement to the downside. I wouldn't take this one because, as I told you, there are probably early sellers here. So this is not something I would be interested in, okay? It seems that the price goes to the downside even with that, okay? Now we've got a lower low that brings in breakout traders to the downside, okay? They place their stop losses here when this low, structural low, gets broken. So right now we've got breakout traders selling, trendline traders buying, breakout traders buying that they enter when this channel gets broken, and probably smart money traders with their stop losses, with their limit orders here, okay? So let's see how price develops, and it finally goes down, okay? Now this origin of the push to the high side gets tapped, and check this is kind of interesting. This zone gives a fake BOS, fake break of structure. Why? Because when price taps this zone, the buyers get a confirmation, structural confirmation here, enticing them to buy, okay? So this zone gets a bit more relevancy, okay? And now you can see there's a relevant break of structure after the fake push to the high side. Why we can consider this is a relevant break of structure? Because this movement has been fake. So I would be interested on taking a sell from here, okay? And as you can see, it gets tapped, so I would be in from here, and my first TP would be here. I wouldn't consider this candle as these are the spread hours, but this would be my first TP, which would give me a 1 to 5 trade, okay? That wouldn't be the last one, since we're mainly trading to the downside on the higher time frame, okay? So I will look in a higher time frame for another target. And this is, for example, a daily low that also has stop losses. So I would be looking for this one as my target, okay? Of course, I would be partially in here and getting some profits, but maybe this would be my final TP, okay? For this trade. It also confirms with the bounce of the touch, of the slow MA with a fast MA, okay? So there's another extra confluence, but the main thing we're going to look for is the liquidity, the stop losses, okay? We want to trade against the liquidity. And now that this low has been taken, we can consider that there are some retail sellers in this push, okay? Now I wouldn't want to get into another position from here, because now this has been broken, so there are breakout traders entering here. All right, the price fakes a resistance in this day low. This one's a day low, okay? And now that a relevant point has been broken, more breakouts enter from here, okay? We also could say that there's kind of a trend line to the downside here. Not the nicest one, so I would lower the opacity so we don't get bothered with this thing. And the price keeps going down. Okay, this is the Frankfurt stock open, okay? So the time starts getting relevant, and we've got a lot of liquidity to the downside. People are selling from here to here, okay? We've got stop losses here, we've got stop losses here of breakout, small money, trendline traders. Kind of everyone is selling right now. So there's an interesting thing right here that you have to go to the left to notice. That is the day open. The day open price of this day creates a demand zone in here, And if we take this zone to the left, we can see that it is almost tapped. Not now, but right now it's tapped. Okay, so this is another extra confluence, not the best one, but we can stack some confluences. We've got liquidity to the downside, we've got this daily low taken, and we've got a relevant timing and a day open POI mitigated. Okay, so right now we've got a relevant break of structure, so we would want to buy from here. Okay, these actually these are the last sells before the buys, so we would want to take along from here until here. This would be our TP. Okay, maybe as a high would be another good TP, but definitely there are stop losses here, so we would want to TP this zone. Okay, so something interesting happens here, because we have a baseline bounce here, uh, almost a touch of the slow MA with a fast MA, and this gets mitigated here. There's, by the way, another relevant BOS here. So this would be the decisional, because this is a zone that creates this BOS. Okay, so maybe I wouldn't be expecting that the price comes down here. Okay, sometimes it happens when there's too much liquidity on just one side, so the price has clearly taken one direction, as you can see. By the way, this is London open, this is London open time, so there's another confluence to take this long. We've got liquidity to the downside, we've got the daily low taken, we've got a day open mitigation, we've got relevant break of structure in M5, and the decisional gets not one but two bounces of the MAs. Okay, this is not the best one, I recognize, but this one it is. So just focus on liquidity, people. This is taken. These two would be the trades of the day of this pair. After that, you can see there are not enough good movements. Why? Because although there's fast push to the high side here, there are no structures being created, which means there are no trendline traders, for example, entering here. There are no support and resistance entering either, so we haven't got much liquidity built now to take a sell. Either there are no clear structures here, so I wouldn't look either for adding longs right here. The only thing you can see is breakout traders entering here, since this point gets broken. So here are breakout traders, as I told you, and this would be a relevant breakup structure. Okay, that gets mitigated, but as I told you, we could sell from here, but only to this point. We also have this bounce, as you can see. So here would be a valid sell, but the ratio, as you can see, is not the best. So personally, I think I wouldn't be taking it. A 1 to 5 is not bad, but considering we look for tight stop losses, I think I wouldn't risk on this one, considering there are not too much stop losses and there's the spread, which lowers our ratio. Okay, but the confluences for the trade are good because we have here the a relevant timing, because the London stock exchange is opened and the New York one is open too, and we've got buyers here and a bounce here of the MAs. Okay, so these three would be the trades of the day. After that, nothing happens, nothing relevant happens in my opinion. And as you can see, as there was not much more liquidity to the downside, as I told you, the price from here creates a new higher high. So this would be the price action of the euro versus the Japanese yen of 29th of September. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe, you like, and that's it. See you in the next video.